Hello, this is me unboxing the core set for Daggerheart. Pretty excited. Got this from our local bookstore in my country. Pretty good deal on it as well. I got bored waiting for the campaign 4 episodes to come out, so I started watching a lot of like Age of Umbra stuff. Then that got me interested because I looked at the rules, I checked the SRD online, all of their downloadables. Initially in my country, the Daggerheart Core Set goes for around, let me see if I can show you this receipt without doxing myself, for around like this price. I was able to get it for a discounted price, so that's not the price that I paid for, but I would gladly pay good money for good people over there at Critical Role and Darrington Press. So this is it right here. Oh wow. And in my head I was like, you know what, I'm diving into something new. I'm going back into the groove of things, you know. I'm back in my old hobby, so I was like, why not, you know, let me just jump in. I really wanted to try out a new system. So there you can see how glossy it is, how pretty it is. I like touching it. So we got that Fear Blue coming in, or is that Violet? Somebody's gonna correct me with that. And then we got our Hope Orange. So I was like fresh off of a one-shot. That happened like the weekend that I'm filming this. And it's what kind of pushed me to the edge to purchase the core rulebook and the core set. So pretty fun experience. I didn't record it for the sake of it being a very, very sentimental one shot first experience with Daggerheart. I did not want to be like be all YouTube about it. I want people to jump into this and feel what it's like for them for the first time. Core rulebook, here it is. Very pretty, very, very pretty. But this, what is this one? Let me see if I can read what it is. It's gonna be my first reaction to it off the rip. I really love landscapes. Plus you add in like a big ass goat thing, or like a deer with a little turtle guy over there too. Squirtle keeps falling. I think he wants to be in the shot. Oh, it's the cards. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm still learning. Honestly, the rules when it comes to these cards are still like up in the air for me. Played in demi-plane. A lot of the stuff was like automated and scripted, but I guess in the coming days I'm gonna find myself getting deep into these and understanding what it does for the sake of running games, because I also want to run games at some point. I want to write like original stuff for Daggerheart. You know, I want to create modules for the game. I want to be able to actually put a lot of the effort and energy that I was reserving for my comeback to like Dungeons and Dragons into Daggerheart instead, because a good friend of mine, we're talking about it, they made a very good point where they said that D&D has kind of all of the attention it's already getting, and this being a bit more different than what we're used to, and of course having fun with the first one-shot session experience. And I guess I just want to share that feeling of diving into a new system with everybody else and learning and seeing what updates they come up with. Yeah, the hope and fear aspect really opens the realms, basically the rule set of Daggerheart, to a lot of other existing intellectual properties. Like, you know, off the rip, off the top of my head, you can literally make I'm pretty sure it already exists out there, but you can make a Warhammer one-shot, because it plays really, really well into the whole chaos and faith to the Emperor. So just, I guess, flavor hope and fear into faith and chaos. I do not have sleeves on me right now because I'm not an addict. I do not collect cards as much as I would like to. So these guys are, once they're open, they're gonna be out in the open, just raw dog and all that fresh air. These are spells. Word of Discord. Oh god, Discord. I didn't play a caster in the one shot, so I have very limited scope how they use this. I really like the art. They're very pretty, and they're pretty enough to contend with other like TCGs out there. This is not a TCG, obviously. This is a tabletop role-playing game card, but if you want to homebrew something where the spells become some type of like trading card game and you just want to have fun with it, I guess you can maybe try to do that. Shout out to the people doing the art as well. You guys are awesome. Love you. Anyone who's ever an artist for any type of TCG cards, you guys are the best. Hot take, you guys are probably one of the only reasons why people buy cards to begin with. You get a lot of people liking the game itself because you guys are good at art, and you guys should feel proud because of that, because you are carrying the industry over your shoulders. So I think I recognize this one, Unbreakable. I'm not gonna unbox the rest of these cards because I'm gonna do that in my own time. I don't want to, you know, getting them dirty and all that stuff. So first impressions, sick as fuck. Looks cool. Looks clean. Look at that. Smooth. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of home games. Well, if the one shot people that I play would want to continue playing Daggerheart, I think I'm gonna be the one hosting it. My place. So this book is definitely gonna get used a lot. Worth the money for sure. Oh, that's sick. Preparing for adventure. Oh, look at that. Look at the different visual aids that we can get. This is the Guardian. Stalwart Guardian is the one that I played for the one shot. I love the art. Whoa. It's just a mix of like full on colored, what do you call that, illustrations. And then at the side it's just a bunch of like diagrams. Like you're looking at a very old, like a not very old, like a history book, you know. And the illustrations are what's getting me. They did a really good job showing one for each class that you can take. Because it shows you that you don't always have to just play one-note characters. You can actually get inspiration. Like, for example, I'm assuming this one is like a Clank. Kinda looks like a, you know what I mean, like a Necron. But this one is a Clank, playing a druid. This is the Simian race. Pretty sick. I love the Simian race. I love the art. If anything, this in itself is worth the money. If you are really into art styles that are very fantasy focused but with creatures that are not just humans, if you get what I mean. And I really love the fact that they incorporated different types of races. This core rulebook, especially in the front, because Frog Guy is, I don't know, but maybe there's a psychology behind it, but I look at him first every time I look at this. So I have a bunch of D&D books here that I can probably hold by comparison, but I am not a fan of when they print out like the glossy finish with their books. I don't know, just personal preference. I like the matte smooth feel, stuff like this. Look at that art, that's pretty sick. Shout out to who did this. Can I see? Art director Anthony Jones, associate art director Alicia Hannigan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then artists, there we go. So these guys are who we have to thank. Shout out to every single one of you. You guys are carrying the hell out of this book. And that's a compliment. I mean, the contents of the book itself and Daggerheart itself is already very interesting. Just the art is what keeps me going. It's a page turner. The art is page turner every time. Hope and Fear dice are pretty sick. Rolling d12s is fun. And I don't know the specific math of it, but one of the players, a good friend of mine, Tabo, when we were doing the one shot, said that versus a d20, rolling 2d12s actually it bumps it up to like an 8% chance of getting a crit versus a 5% chance. That math might be wrong. I'm not good at math, straight up. Like percentages are not my strong suit. So if that's wrong, please feel free to call out my friend in the comments, not me. Call them out, you know. Or if they're correct, make sure to clap for them in the comments. I don't know, I'm not your dad. Do whatever the hell you want. The fact that it comes with a free bookmark like this, like not a bookmark, but like a, what do you call that, like a page marker, is that what you call it? And then you can just pull it, and it's like a duality dice of like having a yellow and purple as well. I know this is a small edition, but it's stuff like that makes it a little bit more unique. Would I recommend getting the core set for Daggerheart? Would you get it if you're not a fan of Critical Role? I would like to say yes. First of all, it's a system that, at least from the way I played it, feels like it's a very newbie-friendly system, where you don't really need to stress out too much all of the nitty-gritty details of marking a stress or marking armor, because you can always just play it the rules as loosely as you want. And especially if you have the core rulebook, you can just mix and match as much as you want, right? Like, rule of cool will always be above, right? Like if you want to accomplish something that progresses the narrative, or if you want to accomplish or do a task or an action that'll, you know, either push the story forward or make the story more interesting, obviously that's the better way to go. And I feel like Daggerheart as a system is very fresh in a sense that the spotlight mechanic, at first a lot of people were at least online, were talking about how the spotlight mechanic was kind of, players, especially newer players, are gonna have a hard time jumping in, or the people who aren't really used to like speaking in conversations or in games are gonna have a hard time jumping in. But it's all about preference. If they don't really like jumping in a lot, that maybe that's just how they prefer to, play the game, right? Like, if the DM is very considerate, they'll still find a way for you to get your turn. They uploaded this document recently talking about all of the errors, the printing errors that they got for this run of the core set. That doesn't really bother me. I don't know. Personally, that doesn't really bother me as much. I mean, if they're gonna come out with like a Daggerheart, I guess, 2nd edition or a Daggerheart 3rd edition, like that's pretty normal. Like you can't fit all of the awesome ideas in a game in one rule book. Like you gotta play test the ideas. You gotta make sure that people actually like the thing that you're trying to make, or at the very least, there's enough interest for people to like give a fuck. So play Daggerheart. Instead of doom scrolling, just go to your local gaming store or talk to local groups. I had to do that. I do not like. There's no cafes or stores near me that can actually, give me the opportunity to play Daggerheart in person. So we did it online with a couple of friends, and it was a very fun experience. Final thoughts on the core rulebook and the cards that's along with them. If your intention isn't to play Daggerheart immediately, if you can pick the book up just to study it and look at the pretty art, then that's perfectly fine. Like it's an inspiration book for drawing or for painting, or if you want to render a certain type of way. I mean, that's 100% legit as well. Like, do whatever you want with it as long as you get it, right? And spoiler alert or disclaimer, very obviously, I am not sponsored by Darrington Press at all, so I got this out of a whim. I actually was waiting until I finished the one-shot that I played before I dove into buying the core set and the core rulebook. But I said to myself, you know what, if I'm gonna dive into things, I'd rather dive in head first than hesitate too much, because hesitating on a hobby, especially I don't really have a lot of hobbies to begin with, hesitating on a hobby like this feels like I'm limiting my enjoyment of the system. So now that I have this, I have more reason in my heart to invest my time into the system and play it even further. So thank you for watching, staying, and listening to my nonsense, and hope to see you guys out there. Possibly play Daggerheart with you guys who are watching this. So yeah, see you guys next time.